The Saints Row remake from Volition Studios is a rebirth for the series that was so popular in the last decade it carved itself a nice niche alongside juggernauts like GTA and Assassin's Creed. The new Saints Row is starting from scratch with a slightly different tone than the series ended up with, but there's still tons to enjoy, some really surprising moments, and I want to take some time right now and explain everything spoiler-free that I wish I knew before playing the game.
Oh, come the fuck on. God damn it. Stupid refurbished appliances. Figures.
The biggest question that I had, and I think anyone playing does too, how does this game relate to the series? This is a completely brand new telling of the Saints Row story. You won't have the iconic characters from the past. It's a retelling of that same origin story of the original Saints Row game, but with a completely different set of characters in a different world. For comparison's sake, it's more similar to the retelling of a Spider-Man origin story, but even less structured than that. We're not going to have the same beats. Another big surprise is how this game is focused on the idea of a found family. The gang and its structure is almost secondary to the story of the boss, the player character, and his three roommates: Eli, the nerdy smart one; Nina, the artsy emotional one; and Kev, the always shirtless friendly one. It's a very predictable grouping, but surprisingly this game is really just about making sure you have a great relationship with them. You build this gang together, you're trying to get out from under the boot of late-stage capitalism, and you have this family. It's something that I think is missing from a lot of open-world games of this nature. You can compare this a bit to Red Dead Redemption 2 and their camp sequences. Saints Row offers that same family context in a really funny and insightful way. You wouldn't expect a game like this to have such heart at its base, but this wacky, funny shoot-'em-up really does.
Brunch is a time for friends and mimosas, not debates on morality.
All right.
Man, this is really fucking good, Kev.
Thanks. I was worried I added too much pepper.
No, seriously, this is perfect. The only way this could be better is if you put on a fucking shirt.
Dinner and a show, baby.
Oh, please.
The other most impressive feature has to be the level of customization. We have come to expect a certain level of customization from all open world games, but Saints Row takes it to another level, starting with your player character, the boss. Monster Factory fans will rejoice. You can truly create some incredible hideous beasts and also some regular people to play as. All gender reflections are available, all voices for all genders, all body types, and all of that can change no matter how far you are in the game. If you don't like how you're looking or sounding and want to change that, just go into your phone, go into the Style app, and you can change it on the fly. You can also upload your creations and play as other people's bosses. That, of course, is just the starting point when it comes to customization. Every single gun, car, or companion can be changed and altered with similar levels of customization. When you finally get to that Saints base, which is very iconic for the series, the stuff you can do there is really impressive, even at times overwhelming, but fortunately, most of that is just based on player preference. So if you just want the same gray guns and bland dudes, you can do that too. The voice acting ranges really wildly though. To think how much effort it would take to record all these distinct characters is almost unbelievable, and I really like the ability to change it on the fly, since I did make some poor choices at the beginning. In terms of weaponry, there are dozens and dozens of really diverse weapon sets that can all be upgraded and adapted to suit your playstyle. I found that the hand cannon can carry you through the entirety of the game, but don't make the mistake I did. There are some truly wacky, awesome weapons to enjoy. This customization continues into accessibility options as well. So many different difficulty settings, so many different changes you can make that'll make it work for you. If it's not working for you, go into the settings, tweak it. It will create an experience that is so specific to whatever problem you're having and try to solve it that I really hope more games kind of follow suit. As for what it actually means to be leader of the Saints and the gang, the game's criminal empire mechanic is really comprehensive. You buy structures that are peppered across the city, and all of those have a hidden subset of missions that progress as the story progresses. These missions are usually the best in the game. You should really put all your energy behind completing them, including an epic 3-hour saga centered around a citywide Mad Max LARPing tournament. Do that one right away. The final big question is about this new reboot's tone. The original Saints Row series started with a tone that felt a little bit more arcadey and alternative to GTA. The series ended, though, as a commentary on video games and included all other genres within it, just pure arcade fun. This Saints Row reboot isn't quite as straight-laced as the original origin story, but definitely isn't as insane as the series eventually ended up. For those familiar with the series, think more Saints Row 2 as a comfortable comparison for this game. Grounded, but in a city where anyone can die and it doesn't really matter, and the gang has disco balls for heads, so that gives you a bit of an understanding. As for the main antagonists in the game, they are primarily the different gangs. Early on, the team decides to create their own gang, and then as such becomes an enemy of pretty much everyone in the city. There are 3 major gangs: the Idols, anarcho-capitalist club kids that are looking to tear down the system and replace it with vibes; Los Panteros, which is basically a muscle car, luchador, very stereotypical wrestling Mexican gang; and finally the Marshals, which is a more corporate, more people-based. They use high-tech weapons and are led by a cowboy. These gangs all own different parts of the city, and throughout your journey you will slowly chip away at their dominion and replace them with your own gang of insane purple saints. It really is a phenomenal experience that I can't hype up enough. Saints Row is out now on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Click in the link in the description or go to saintsrow.com to purchase it. I'm Andy Burkowski for VGS.